Yes, this is exciting.
Oh. What are you gonna watch?
A volleyball match.
Huh.
There's a lot of spectators.
Cool.
They're also excited, right?
But I'm not a fan of volleyball.
I'm a big fan though. Yeah.
Which team do you follow?
Look, those athletes in red. Yeah, they're really good. They play really well.
Do you think they will win?
Sure. You know, they have a really good coach and their trainer is really awesome.
Nice.
I believe they will win this match
Enjoy.
this time. Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? I hope your day is going swimmingly. Well, today we're going to talk about the Olympic Games, and as we all know, the Olympic Games is a big sporting event, and this year it was held in Tokyo, Japan. So why don't we learn some words related to the Olympic Games? These vocabulary words and expressions that we're going to talk about today can help you understand the news, the reports about the Olympics, and you can actually use them when you talk to your friends about the Olympics, you know. So stay tuned until the end of this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, now is your chance to hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. So let's talk about some Olympic key vocabulary words that you always hear when you watch sports matches, and you even hear this in the news. When you talk about people, you would encounter these words. Let's start off with the word athlete. It's a noun, and the plural form for athlete is athletes. And athlete means a person who competes in sport with others. Just like Caleb Dressel, he is an athlete. Who else? Heidelin Diaz is an athlete. The players in the football team are called athletes. So yes, person who competes in sports with others is called athletes. So you have athletes who compete in sports. The people who watch the event or the people who watch the sport are called spectators. Spectators. So again, spectators are those who watch the event, just like audiences. So you're watching, let's say, volleyball match, and the people who watch in that place are called spectators. They're like audiences. And if you are a person who really likes an athlete or a team, like you admire them because of their skill, because they're really good at what they're doing, you are called a fan. Yes, that's why we have fans, you know, those who love a particular person, athlete, or a team. We call them a fan. There's an English expression called a fan of. You can use this expression to tell someone that you like that athlete, you like that team, or you like that sport. You can say, I'm a fan of Lionel Messi. I'm a fan of table tennis. I'm a fan of Liverpool. So you can even say, I'm a big fan of, like, I'm a big fan of football. But if you don't like that thing, you can just say, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of football. I'm a fan of basketball. I'm not a big fan of Lionel Messi. I'm a big fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. So A fan of is an English expression that you can use to express a team or athlete or a sport that you really like. So we're still talking about people in sports, in the Olympics, and you might hear these words called coach and trainer. The plural forms are coaches and trainers. There's quite a difference between coach and trainer. Actually, some teams have one coach and one trainer, and some teams have separate coach and trainer. When we say coach, normally this is a person who guides the athletes. This is a person who decides who's gonna play in the first half of the game, let's say, who's gonna be the substitute, what kind of tactic they can use. We call that a coach. A trainer is more on a teacher, more on helping the athletes to build up themselves, to be in shape for the game, and to improve their skills when it comes to that sport. So we call them trainers. There. In a sports event, of course, there's also a person or a team that you compete against. Some people call them enemy, I heard, but that's not a term for that, okay? We have a term called competitor or opponent. So if you have your favorite team and they play against another team, that another team is called the competitor or opponent. That's the term. Or if you're following a particular athlete, let's say a table tennis athlete, then the person that your favorite athlete play against is called an opponent or a competitor. That's the term. So yes, we're still talking about people in sports, and we have this important person called referee. Yes, a referee is a person who makes sure that the athletes or players are following the rules of the game. They act according to the rules of the game or the sports that they are playing. And if the game has, let's say, same score for both teams, you know, and they play almost the same thing, or they perform almost like at the same level, same energy, same great performance, there's this person called a judge. And a judge is the one to decide who the winner is based on the criteria, based on you know, the performance of an athlete. This actually happens in contests, you know, let's say gymnastics. So like all the gymnasts are doing their best to really win the game, but there's a judge who decides about the performance of a particular individual in that contest. So we're done talking about the people. Let's talk about the place, or we call it a venue. When we say venue, it's a place where an event happens or where an event takes place. And there are lots of venues for different kinds of sports. One of them is called a stadium. Yes, stadium. It's a very large building that is roofless. Normally it's an open air, like it has an open area and it's surrounded by many rows of seats. Football is normally held at the stadium. It's an open air, and like spectators are just around the football field. So we call that a stadium. And speaking of fields, it's actually an area of land that is used for sporting events like football, baseball, athletics. That area of land is called field. Again, a stadium is a very large building that has an open air, and the field is that land where the players are playing. Another venue for the Olympics that I actually saw from the news is called a pool or a swimming pool. And of course, it's a large structure that is filled with water where the players swim. Normally, this happens in water sports like synchronized swimming or basically just swimming. So yeah, swimming pool is another venue for sporting events. Another venue that you might probably heard is called an arena. Yes, arena is a big building too, and it's normally used for sports or for entertainment purposes like concerts. That it has central area and it is surrounded by seats. We call that arena. Now, teacher, what's the difference between a stadium and an arena? Yeah, you might probably ask that, okay? So, arena is indoor. Imagine that. And stadium is outdoor. It's open air. Stadium is open air. Arena is closed. Imagine basketball. Normally, it's held in arenas. Hockey is also held in arenas, while football, baseball are held in stadiums. It's open air. So again, the difference between stadium and arena is that stadium is outdoor and arena is indoor. So imagine that. Well, actually, basketballs are also held in domes. Dome is another venue that has it's like a stadium, but it's indoor, and it has like a circular roof, like half of the ball. We call that a dome. Yes. And for athletic games like running, jumping, javelin throws, car racing, a venue for these sports are called tracks. Track, yes, it's often circular. It's like a path or road that is circular, and this is used for race, like running, track and field. We use this kind of venue. Circular road or path, we call that track. Now, these are some other words that you might hear when talking about the Olympics. Let's start off with the word torch. Yep, torch is like a large flame on a stick. Yes, and normally this is used to launch the event or to formally open the event. That there's like a ceremony and they announce that, okay, this event is gonna start. And then they light up the torch, and that happens in the Olympics and in the other games as well, like SEA Games, Southeast Asian Games, or some cups or whatnot. Another word is called standings, and of course you will probably hear this in the news. Standings in sports means a record of athletes' performance. So it's like a table, and you can see the athlete's name or even the countries who are competing in a game, and they're like rows. It determines if the performance is good or not. Did they lose the round? Did they win this game or so? We call that standings. Now let's talk about wins. You know, victory is a good term to call a win. And in a game, there is called a winner. Yep. And that winner receives a medal. Okay, when we say medal, it can be bronze, silver, or gold that is awarded to the winner of that competition or even runner-ups. The winner is like the first one, the top, and the runner-ups are the second, the third, Normally, the winner gets a gold medal, like in Olympics, you can see. And the runner-ups can get silver or bronze medals. So, medal is used to award someone. And in some kinds of sports or games, there's also an award that is given, and it's called trophy. It's like a bigger than medal, of course, and they give that to the champion in that particular game. Since we're talking about winners, a winner actually stands in a podium. If it is an individual sport, like let's say weightlifting, yeah, so they stand in that platform. It's like a race area that the winner stands and receives the prize, and the runner-ups. We call that a podium. Podium, yes. Again, that's where the winners stand and receive the prize. Normally in the middle, there's number 1, like the winner. And then on this side is 2 and 3, the second and the third winners in that event. I actually saw this in weightlifting competition where a Filipino weightlifter, Heidelin Diaz, stood up in the middle of the podium because she is the champion, or she won the gold medal. So yes, these are some terms that you can hear when you talk about the Olympics. Well, there you have it. These are some words, vocabularies related to the Olympics, or when you talk about any kind of sports that you watch, you want to talk with your friends about these sports, you can use these words. These can actually help you improve your vocabulary as well if you are into sports, or if you're a fan of a sporting event or a team. So comment down below and use these words in sentences. Write your sample sentences on the comment section. Let's check them together. I would love to see them. I hope this video is helpful for you. So please hit thumbs up, share this video with your friends who want to learn English, and please subscribe to my channel so you can learn when and how to use your English. See you soon on my next video.